The second oil is marjoram, which is a herb. So I'm sure people have come across it from cooking. You'll certainly be familiar with the smell of it. Um, yeah. I mean, it was one as well that I was like, oh, it's very herby, like the oregano, like it can be a bit strong, but actually, like a few of the other oils from using it and experiencing the effect that it has on my body and relaxation, I love the smell of it now. Like I could just sit there and sniff the bottle all day long. I have a
Yeah,
problem. So on a physical level, marjoram's known to be really helpful for reducing pain, for spasms, muscle spasms, any kind of issues that muscle tissue, including the bladder and the intestines. And, so for anyone who gets menstrual pains, the kind of cramps that you get from menstrual pains, marjoram's amazing at kind of easing that and relaxing that down. Treating infections, internal, external, relieving headaches, especially tension headaches. So tension headaches oftentimes come from the kind of neck and shoulders that are pulling tight in the back of the head. And it's really amazing for releasing that. Then on a mental and emotional level, so calming and restorative effect. But it does this by matching the energy. So it's not like the florals like rose or neroli or things that are kind of blissful
embracing.
and just ensconce people in this bliss bubble and it's calm and floral. Marjoram has a strong energy and it matches, that kind of vibrational energy of the yang organs that is associated. So it's with the gallbladder and the triple warmer, and we're going to be putting it on a gallbladder point. So when people get kind of disconnected from their yin organs or the contrasting organs, the heart, they can get this conflict energy and it comes into the nervous system and the mental body. It's hypervigilance and mounting tension, and it kind of the tension builds up, and marjoram is able to release and relieve that tension and allow it to kind of dissolve away. So it's a different energy to the florals. It meets it with the strength of we can do this, we've got this, everything's going to be okay. So it's like a strengthening and soothing action to the nervous system.
Yeah, kind of taking the burden off the shoulders.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have this support system here,
You
it's
don't have to do everything alone. I can actually help you. You can actually receive support, and we're going to add it with some other powerful oils that as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's sorry, you're gonna say something else?
No, I just love like I always kind of I like the combination and I'm so like into the emotional soul evolutionary thing. But to see the connection of the physical, like embodied resonance, see like how like shift our mindset around the tension, the pains, our path, like things like that, and see like, oh,
It's
oh,
mind-body
oh,
connection, isn't
huh?
it? It's
Yeah, the
that
mind-body
body
connection, like
connection to realize that this up here is making this go, do you know?
yeah, and then there's also might be some really long lineage, emotional, generational patterns in there as well. So it's like it's this mix of and as I said, we don't have to understand it. The oils go in and
Yeah,
do all
that's
of these,
it.
all
Yeah,
the layers
yeah,
without us knowing, and what we need to know, we will know when the time is ready for us to know, and then we'll see the puzzle.
yeah.
So it's like not staying in a victim mentality, like just blaming or procrastinating or like just go to the doctor and get some medicine. And it's like taking responsibility, seeing the patterns, and changing our behavior as well. That's the embodied resonance. We cannot keep on doing the same things because we'll just come back. Yeah.
Sometimes it's a process, so you mightn't just stop doing the thing altogether, but you might catch yourself a bit quicker and go, "Oh, I'm doing that thing again," where I
You suddenly see
turn
things
it.
with new eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's so cool. I love it. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Okay, okay. So
We have an hour.
one random curl that's coming out the side of my head. Um, so the chakra power for marjoram, its special affinities for the throat and the heart, and then secondarily for the third eye and the crown. So with the throat, it's all about healthy boundaries again, resolving unproductive resistance by releasing and relaxing what's on either side of that resistance. And with the heart, then it's helping open up the heart center for healthy boundaries. So oftentimes in a lot of cultures, they would use marjoram in, marriage ceremonies or romantic ceremonies because it supports that open-heartedness, but with healthy boundaries, which is so
Mhm.
important in intimate relationships. And as I was saying, we're going to put on the gallbladder meridian, which is kind of actually gallbladder comes up from around our nose and goes down for the meridian now, not our physical gallbladder. And I was going through this really cool book, this
I was
meridian.
wondering which book you had.
Yeah. Actually, one of the ladies who was in my small group when we had the small groups for the last Rome Point therapy was had told me about this book. And it's really cool. It just goes through the different meridians and talks
I think
about them. But
I think
the
we will have a library, a
yeah,
book
that'd be a cool idea,
recommendation
actually.
library in the course portal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. But with the gallbladder meridian, it goes into kind of what its purpose is and all this sort of stuff. And questions to ask yourself in relation to your gallbladder meridian are, am I resilient? Am I able to listen to my head and trust my gut feeling in equal measure? Am I able,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, yeah. Am I able to delegate and put others in charge? So am I trying to control everything? Am I able to act in a determined and decisive manner? Do I find it hard to accept criticism and feedback? So they
Mhm.
talk about the gallbladder meridian as being the general, so the person who makes these decisions. And if we can never make any decisions, we're kind of blown around by what everybody else wants to do, or if we're over controlling and we want to make all the decisions ourselves, we're too rigid and strict. So it's having that balance in being decisive and able to hold on and make the decisions, but without having to control everything and having that trust in how things are going to pan out.
And also, around the heart, taking away the armor so we can actually also receive some help and we don't have to do everything ourselves, like
Yeah.
loosen up and, as I said, receive some lifting off the burden.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to put it on GB21, which is a point up here on the shoulders. So where the large muscle kind of runs down your neck, it divides out front and back, and just there's a little well, a little divot down, and it's in there. And we use it to relieve fatigue physically on an acupuncture level. That's what this point is for shoulder tension, stiff neck, nervous problems, poor circulation. And emotionally and spiritually, then you're releasing burdens, uptightness, grief, depression, anxiety, nervousness, fear, jealousy, codependency. They're all the kind of emotional elements to it. But honestly, this for any sort of tension, head, upper neck, and body tension is amazing with marjoram. Okay.
I think I think we need to speak less about the less next two ones to do the
Mm.
sequence
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
meditation.
Okay.
But it's so
They're
interesting.
right, it is. They're so amazing. Okay.